My name is Paul Luna, and you're tuned into F&B Lunacy. I am here today with co-owner of the Elliott Street pub, Mike Jakob. Mike, talk to us about the Elliott Street pub, the building and history, and where it is today.
First off, we just celebrated our 15-year anniversary. Me and my brother bought the building 2004. We opened up in 2006 and been going ever since. After buying the building, we realized that the building was very old, 160 years old plus, probably one of the oldest buildings in Atlanta still standing. I have a picture in my new addition that we just did of the old train station, and it shows our pub. And it's, if you look in the foreground, it is the only building in the whole picture that is still standing. And the picture's probably from 1920. So that's a little crazy. The history of the building, it was built before the train station was there, 1860-ish, we think. It used to be a carriage house. They would do welding, horseshoes, fixed carriages, and a multitude of things there. People still lived upstairs, and the shop was downstairs. Like me and my brother live upstairs, and we have the pub downstairs. We have multiple fireplaces throughout the upstairs. They're short, very thin, coal fireplaces, not like wood fireplaces that you see normally. So that's how we kind of aged the building, because they burnt coal. That went on till like 1950, I think, you know, and then a gentleman called Alfred Smith bought the building, and I think he dug out the basement and made it a small little live venue for African-American musicians. We hear a lot about the Chitlin Circuit, and we were part of the Chitlin Circuit. So for the people that don't know the Chitlin Circuit was like, I'm sure a lot of people saw the movie Green Book. The Chitlin Circuit, so the only place you could play in Atlanta if you were black was the Peacock on Edgewood Avenue, which is still there. And the only place you could stay was the Peacock Hotel, which is gone now. Georgia State tore it down and built a new Georgia State complex there. That show, you know, if you were black, that show lasted till 10 o'clock. And it was a hard closed 10 o'clock in the city. And that show would move. And that's what the Chitlin Circuit was. It would move to an old church, someone's house, or an underground club. So the Bird's Cage was invented to be an underground club for African-American musicians in the 50s. That lasted till, I want to say, in the 1960s, late 60s, 70s, somewhere around there. And then it was sold. The building wasn't sold, but it was leased out to another gentleman called D. I don't know D's last name, couldn't find it. There is no record of a liquor license ever in that building except ours. So it was completely underground. It was renamed D's Birdcage. The main floor, the street level floor, was they say it was a travel agency. I don't know, but there was a big safe in there. And Alfred, he ended up retiring as a very wealthy man. He hung out with Herman Russell. Herman Russell was he had a stucco company before he started building. It was one of his first companies was doing stucco. My building was stucco by Herman Russell.
What are your thoughts on do-it-yourself construction?
I think anybody who builds a restaurant should build it themselves. It's a lot, you know. I fix all my equipment. I know when stuff breaks. You know, I'm a lot more hands-on than most owners are. So some owners just build places for themselves because they want it to look pretty for them, and then open the doors up and hope the customers like it. Me and my brother built our place for the community. We didn't build it for us. We built it for a place for people to hang out, for neighbors to know their neighbors, for artists to come and show their art, for musicians to come and play their music, you know. And over the years, people just came with us with these great, passionate ideas. when somebody comes to you with a really passionate idea, 95% of the time, it's going to be amazing. So we just kept on, people kept on coming to us, and we're very open about it. We did burlesque and comedy and poetry and music, and we built an iron furnace, so that's what we just kept on doing. And, Elliott Street turned into the gathering place, where we gather, we talk, neighbors come to meet, artists come to the show, musicians come to play, and so on.